Today I wanted to talk to you guys a little bit about bottles that I feel like you guys are probably sleeping on. Got a handful of bottles that I really like that I think that you guys need to look into, and I'm going to share those with you today. Stick around. Hey guys, welcome back to Brutally Honest Bourbon. So today I'm going to do it a little different. I've got several brands and bottles that I feel like I really enjoy, that I feel like a lot of people just really sleep on. I go to their houses and I don't see these bottles on their bar. So today I'm going to go through these in no particular order, and I'm just going to share with you some bottles at various price ranges and various offering types that I really like, that I think you guys should probably give a try. First and foremost, we'll start with Hemingway Rye. This is a Fred Minnick pick, and it's probably my third bottle of Hemingway Rye. So Hemingway is finished in rum seasoned barrels. It gives it more of like a tropical, almost cocktail ready type of profile. Hemingway Whiskey Company, inspired by Ernest Hemingway, who loved rum and whiskey. Rye drinkers expect, that spice. And this one, I feel like it just kind of flips it a little bit with more of those like banana notes and more tropical type vibes. It does not come across as a finished rye for me, but this is the rye that I feel like you would give to someone who you think doesn't like rye. So if you guys see these out on the shelves, they're probably going to range between $75 and $90. I'd say, $88 is probably what you could expect to see. But Hemingway Rye, if you're a rye lover, this is one you need. If you're someone who doesn't like rye and you want to try it, this is the one you need to try. If you see that at a bar or at a friend's house and you get an opportunity to try that one, I really think that you should look into it. Next up, you've heard me say it time and time again, Jim Beam's Old Grandad 114. This is quintessential Jim Beam juice. It's fantastic. It's super affordable. I've been seeing it on the shelves for as low as $19.99. You probably would never pay over $35 for it. So it's going to be in the 20 range, $20 to $25 bottle, typically on the bottom shelf. A lot of people sleep on it, but it's quintessential whiskey. It's great for making old fashions. It's a beautiful, neat sip. It's got all that bean nuttiness that I like. It's just one that I feel like a lot of people sleep on. I've got tons of these bottles, tons. Finished a bunch of them in a Barrels Direct 5-liter barrel, so I was like 7 bottles. I double oaked those. That even turned out fantastic. I don't think that I improved the whiskey by any means, but it did give me a different flavor profile for one that I know that I really like. Next up, it's going to be Arm Rose. Arm Rose Founders is in Georgia. They distill their own whiskey. This is a particular bottle from a barrel that I selected. This is a 5-gallon barrel that I pulled this from. It was 138 proof, and it's going on 8 years. So I'm hoping once we get this thing bottled that we still have some whiskey one. Probably going to do it in 375s, but I'm hoping that everything is still good with it. I've tried it about 6 months ago. It was still perfect. I've got a sample of that over there. So waiting on Joe and those guys over there. Now they've got several different mash bills, and this one just happens to be one that I really enjoy. So it's 88% corn, 8% wheat, 4% malted barley. Like I said, they have several different mash bills. There's a few over there that just aren't my jam, but this one was. So Andy Sutter is the distiller over there, and Joe is the head of sales. And Andy grew up making moonshine with his father, so he'd carry sugar out in the middle of the field where they'd make it. And he actually built all their distillation equipment. So Mount Airy, Georgia is where these guys are located. They're making some great juice. I think you could probably still see the little pieces of char floating around in that one, because we got that one straight out of the barrel. But that's absolutely delicious whiskey. Think darker fruits, darker sweetnesses like molasses, even cola notes, that kind of thing. Fantastic. Another one that I even sleep on and probably shouldn't be sleeping on, because I absolutely love the offerings that I've had from them, is going to be the Copper and Cask. So this is going to be a cigar finish that was picked over at Cedartown. So Mike at Cedartown had gotten these and asked me to come by and try it, see what I thought, and he and I agreed on several of the ones that they sent, so he picked those up. These These are going to range around 80, just under 80 bucks. I'm thinking like 75 to 78 bucks. This is whiskey that was distilled in Lawrenceburg, Indiana, so you can understand what that means. The barrel was filled on October 2017, and it was bottled December of 2025. It's 75% corn, 21% rye, 4% malted barley, coming in at 119 proof. It's bottled by Latitude Beverage Company in Rhode Island, and a good friend of mine constantly is sending me samples of different offerings from Copper and Cask, but this is one that you guys don't want to sleep on, I'm telling you. Next up, Redwood Empire. So this is their 101 Pipe Dream. Pipe Dream is where I first found Redwood Empire. I found it at a 90 proof. Thought it was absolutely fantastic. We're going out in September to tour the distillery and taste some things. I'm working on trying to get a barrel pick with them. So the Haystack Needle is where you get barrel pick. So the Haystack Needle is the only barrel pick offering that they have. Really cool bottle. It's got the so these Haystack Needles are their barrel picks, and this is their juice. You can see the texture on the bottle. See the texture on the bottle. So that was mimicked after an exact replica of a redwood tree bark, so that's really cool. But this is single barrel juice from them, and it is 100% their juice. But these are quintessential whiskey, absolutely delicious. They're under 60 bucks. It's like a $50 to $55 bottle, and I feel like so many people are sleeping on that whiskey. Next one's going to be Raleigh Green's Duck Club. So this one came out late last year. This is their high brass. There's a really cool top on it. This is a blend of whiskey that they sourced. Primarily, to me, this tastes a lot like Jim Beam juice. Reminds me a lot of that old Granddad 114. These are gonna be around 38 to 40 bucks, and just a really good pour to keep on your shelf. I think that Riley and them did a good job with these. I think a lot of people are probably sleeping on these, thinking that they are gimmicky. But I'm telling you right now, they are really good whiskey. Next up, it's going to be Big Creek out of Delonia, Georgia. So this is distilled by them. So it's distilled, aged, and bottled by Big Creek Distilling in Delonia, Georgia. DSP 2000, DSP GA 2015. I'm going over there to do some video and tasting with them in April. I think April 20th we're going over there. And so this particular one is made with a heirloom corn, wheat, and barley. It's 128.8 proof from barrel 121, and this is absolutely delicious craft whiskey. They like to say that it tastes like Georgia, but it does have that craft distinct note to it. It is on that darker flavor profile, like figs and prunes and dark brown sugar, some molasses. That's what you're going to get off of these Big Creeks. But these single barrels, for me, have just really been delicious, and one that I feel like you guys need to know about. And this one will come as no surprise to you, but this is something that if you see it on the shelf, regardless of the height, Silver Springs Sweet Rye is fantastic. Obviously, I'm talking about this one because it was a barrel pick that we did, and this is a juice that Ed and them have contract distilled in Kentucky. So he was able to find Silver Springs mash bill, and he was able to team up with one of the better known Kentucky distillers up there and get his mash bill distilled by them. So using their grains and their yeast strain, but at that whatever mash bill that he found to utilize. So they're out of Chattanooga, Tennessee, and I'm just here to tell you that is a fantastic whiskey for sub 40 bucks. You may pay 45 for one, but I highly doubt that you pay over 45 bucks for it. All right, so next up is going to be ASW Fiddler. So they call it Fiddler because they'll use some of their distillate and then they'll blend it with some distillate that they've sourced. This particular one is one that me and Kanan did a barrel pick of, and it's a maple finish. It's a wheat-based whiskey. I was really hesitant on it because I'm just not really big on mini finish whiskeys, but I'm learning now that if a finish is done right, I really do enjoy it. And so these ASW bottles really have shown me that a finished whiskey can be good, and that the prerequisite for finished whiskey is not always bad whiskey. These bottles are going to range around 80 to 85 bucks. And yeah, I know you're saying, well, yours isn't even open and you're telling me to get it, right? Well, it's my backup, and it's just, this is not as pleasant to look at when you see a bottle that's got all the stains and everything all over it. Like, so wasn't going to put that one up there, but just know, you boys drinking that whiskey, it's good. You know, when we talked about Redwood Empire, probably one of my favorites is going to be any of their cask strength offering. So this is their cask strength Lost Monarch, and for me, the cask strength offerings just do not miss. So there again, Redwood Empire does source some, and they do a lot of distillation, and they do a lot of like blending of stuff. And this is like a Bourbon rye. It comes in at 115 proof. It's a small batch. It's uncut, unfiltered. The Lost Monarch Redwood Empire stretches from San Francisco to Humboldt Bay and onto the Oregon border. The region is home to the majestic redwoods, some more than 2,000 years old. The coastal redwood Lost Monarch is the largest by volume, 321 feet tall, 26 feet in diameter. It can be found in the Grove of the Titans and reigns over some of the world's largest trees. This is aged at least 3 years, and I'm telling you right now that this is a whiskey that you guys don't need to sleep on. Now that Pipe Dream at Cask Strength, forget about it. Freaking fantastic. These Cask Strength bottles are going to come in around 80 bucks, and in my opinion, they're well worth it. That's just very good juice. Another brand that I think a lot of people are sleeping on is my boy Karthik's RY3. So RY3 and the name tells you everything you need to know. So basically what they're going to do is they're going to source rye whiskeys, and he's going to blend 3 rye whiskeys together to make the RY3. This particular one is a Madeira finish that Harry and I picked, and Harry still has them over there on the shelf because I think people are afraid to try this whiskey. And if you go to Wrong Liquor, you need to tell Harry, hey, let me try that Madeira that Brandon's talking about, because I promise you, you're going to like it. So let's talk a little bit about it. This is a private reserve batch, single barrel for Rome Liquor, cask strength Madeira. It's a blended whiskey, as we mentioned before. It's bottled by Phenomenal Spirits out of Virginia. Like I said, my buddy Karthik is the main man there. This one is going to be a sweeter, more dessert type of pour. And I just think that if you haven't tried it yet, it's something that you really need to look into. As well as the RY3 American Light Whiskeys. Now this put American Light Whiskey and RY3 on the map for me. Not this particular bottle, but one that I got from Josh and them over at Spillway. Had never had American Light Whiskey prior, had never heard of RY3. I thought the label and the bottle looked pretty cool, so I wanted to try it. But there again, this is a 14-year American Light Whiskey that is phenomenal, and they're going to come in around 85-ish bucks. But don't sleep on RY3. Again, I'm always pro try before you buy. So if you go to a store, they'll taste it out for you. If you go over to Spillway, they'll taste it out. If you go to Rome, he'll taste it out. If you go down to Pensacola Cost Plus, where we did this particular pick, they'll taste it out right there. Tarek will let you try it. Last but not least, one of the newest ones on the market that you may not be sleeping on, but you might be, because I'm not a fan of Sazerac product. Like, I'm not a Saz 90 proof or 100 proof rye fan. Just not. But when this thing came out, 125 proof, and this has been tested time and time again by myself and Brandon Green. We tried it against Thomas Handy of 24, tried it against Thomas Handy of 25. In our opinion, based off the price and availability of these are all over Louisiana. I saw cases of them in Slidell 2 weeks ago. Given the price point and the availability and the flavor, I would prefer this over Thomas Handy. Now, Thomas Handy is a better whiskey. Hands down, it's a better whiskey. It's older, it's more well-rounded. If you want to say it's smoother, it is. But flavor to flavor, this thing stands right there with it. I mean, this is Rocky Balboa coming in the ring ready to fight, right? So, all while Thomas Handy is the better pour. Can you get it? And are you going to pay $400 for it when you can go pay? You can buy 10 of these, 10 bottles of these, 2 cases basically, for what you could buy one Handy. So you guys try this one, put it against some of your favorite ryes. I will say that the Elijah Craig Barrel Proof A126 does drink better than this one in our opinion, but it is a little higher proof too. but it definitely outdrank it. But this is a delicious $40 bottle. I'll give you that. So that's all I wanted to do today, was just throw these handful of bottles out there and let you guys know that there are some whiskeys out there that I bet you're sleeping on. So if you guys have been sleeping on these and you're going to give them a try, drop me something down in the comments and let me know about it. Also, if you have these and you've tried them, let me know. Brandon, you're wrong. That's absolutely horrible. I don't like it. Or, dude, you're spot on. That's really good. Let me know, because I want other people to get that layered confirmation that these are good whiskeys. Or if I'm wrong, hands up. Let it be known that I'm wrong. Guys, I really appreciate everything you do. Take a look over at Patreon. We'd love to have you over there. We're doing barrel picks on barrel picks. We've got some more Old Dominic coming in. We've got some Mocha Stave. I think we're probably the first group to be dropping a Mocha Stave. Just been waiting on labels. It should have dropped in March, and we probably won't get that till April. We're going out to Nobleton, possibly do a barrel pick with them. We've still got our Detling pick coming up. We've got Corbin Cash pick coming up. Going to Redwood Empire. Don't know that we'll get a pick there, but possible. We're talking with Rare Character about potentially getting a pick with them. With Reveries, we're talking with Jay, so we've got a pick coming up with Jay as well. Just waiting to land that date either in August or October. We'll go out to see Jay and pick a barrel. So look over at the Patreon, talk to some people about some of the barrel picks that we've done. I think that the team has really picked some really good whiskey. We just dropped the Old Dominic Sarge, which was one that was done in honor of my father, and everybody that's had it so far really liked it. So like I said, we got tons of barrel picks coming up. We're constantly looking to bring more barrel picks to that Patreon group, and those guys are fantastic. Couldn't do it without you. And until the next time, y'all let the whiskey and the friendships pour. That's not how that goes. And until the next time, y'all let the whiskey and the friendships flow. Cheers.